There's good. Then there's sticky, sweet, spicy, double your napkins, don't even share with your own best friend. General So Good. Introducing General Soul Sauce for a limited time at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Let's do it.
Come on, Daddy, get me.
Nice play. All right, go. There we go.
So cute. At Ally, we're helping millions save more for the things that matter most to them. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally.
Get back to work.
Did you know that your garage door is the single biggest object on your home? So if you're looking to add some curb appeal, it's a perfect place to start.
And right now, you can get 12 months same as cash. At Dover & Company, we carry the area's largest selections from top manufacturers. And don't forget to ask about our openers and accessories. We have it all, from battery backup, remotes, keypads, and OHD Anywhere that allows you to control and monitor your garage door from anywhere with your smartphone.
Dover & Company, your hometown garage door company since 1936.
Common in these rankings?
I wouldn't say uncommon, but Granville Calvin Christian.
Bug over the top, looking for Kraft. Toffolo right there now. Kraft, one-on-one, Kraft, and that fall. We're excited to have you stopping by. John Turner, Dan Stickrat, and we're talking high school soccer rankings and playoffs and much more here on this Monday.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Northwestern is up from 12, now at 10. Granite City Food and Brewery has 2 Michigan locations in Troy and Northville. Serves made-from-scratch food, brews in-house beer, and even has brunch every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. To learn more about their daily specials or to book a private party, visit gcfb.com. Make sure you head over to Granite City in Northville at the corner of 7 Mile and Haggerty, or the Troy location at 16 Mile and I-75.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic students can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stand should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while maintaining a high level of respect for all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
welcome to Michigan Stars Elite Podcast provided by Michigan Soccer Network. My name is Erwin van Elst. I'm the Director of Coaching for Michigan Stars Elite, and I'm here today with our General Manager, Dan Chun.
Sweet chili lime sauce has 3 perfect ingredients. Sweet, chili, lime. People keep telling us sweet isn't an ingredient. How these wings get sweet then? Introducing new sweet chili lime for a limited time at Buffalo Wild Wings.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate!
Hi, my name is Paul Tinian. I'm with the Michigan Jaguars. I'd like to welcome all of you to Michigan Jaguars Monthly and thank Jonathan for the invitation to be here on MSN. Just wanted to let everybody know that this will be an inside look at our club, and every month we'll be providing some new hosts and maybe some new guests that we're inviting in to get a better idea of what's going on in and around.
Thank you for stopping by the Michigan Soccer Network. To not miss out on any of the action, all you have to do is simply hit the subscribe button, and that way you're notified every time we bring new content or go live. Thanks for stopping by.
I'm a husband. I'm a father.
I'm a sister.
I'm a son. I'm a brother.
I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a referee.
I'm a referee.
I am a referee.
I'm a referee.
The kind of forgotten pillar, right, of sports, right, where like we always talk about it. We always say that the mental edge is the difference because everyone's, athletic, technical, tactical at a certain level, but we don't actually spend a ton of time on it necessarily, right? So, kind of talk to me about that. Do you feel like I can see there being huge benefits to all the kids and all the families from a just socialization and collective mental health standpoint with these conversations, and then also
Are you looking to grow here in 2023? Let the Michigan Soccer Network help you and your restaurant fill more seats. Help you and your law firm get new clients. Help you and your dental practice find more patients. Find more roofing customers this upcoming summer. And to help you and your medical practice find new patients. To learn more or get started, visit MichiganSoccerNetwork.com.
I work in nursing home, I work in the restaurant, and I own my own food truck. And I bank with Huntington. I used to always look at that sign, come on, own your own home. So one day I just said, okay, I'm gonna go talk to the banker. And he didn't tell me, no, it's not possible. He told me anything was possible. And that made me feel good. Hi, I'm Veronica, and this is my banker, Roger. He's awesome. He's a good guy.
both goals so far. A fire one, and that's a wonderful save. Fire one down from distance. Now Carnival will put it back in. Fire rock, and there goes in. That's missed. Oh, it's stuck. City Woods off the crossbar. Deflected, and a touch on it by Ackgun upward.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into Dragon Stadium here in Lake Orion, Michigan for tonight's OAA crossover matchup. Watching Lake Orion Dragons welcoming in the number 2 ranked Oxford here on this Wednesday evening, not Tuesday. I'm so used to saying Tuesday, Dan. It's Wednesday evening, and you're watching it live on the Michigan Soccer Network. John Turner alongside my broadcast partner, Dan Stickrat. We've got a good one here tonight, a rivalry match for these two schools as they come in tonight, both of them looking to find a way here to win their league. And that won't happen here tonight as this is not a league match, but both teams coming in, again, strong, looking to find a way to win that league. The OAA white for the Dragons and the OAA red, Dan, for the Wildcats from Oxford.
Yeah, and Oxford's a little banged up right now. They did lose a non-conference game on Monday to Warren De La Salle. They had several starters out. Have a couple more out still this entire week. So they are kind of resting to get ready for their last couple league games coming up. And Lake Orion has been somewhat of a surprise this year, Jonathan. They graduated 20 out of 23 lettermen from last season, more than any other program in the entire state of Michigan. 20 players departed, only 3 were back. Yet they're in the top 3 of the OA White Division right now, and they have an 8-6-0 overall record, above 500. And they're starting to gel as a team. Young, but up and coming. The Dragons starting to take some form, and they'll be a very good side next year when a lot of other area teams around here graduate big chunks of the roster.
That they will. But let's take a look here at the visitors in Oxford, again playing the OAA Red. They have played 16 games so far this season. They're 10-3-3 overall. They finished last year 7-9-3 and 7th in the OAA Red, but right now sitting atop the table with Berkeley. Berkeley is 3-0-2, Oxford 4-1 in the league. Last 2 seasons, 16-22-5. They beat Clarkston last week, 2-0, to move up into that number 2 spot from the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association, and they are coached by Adam Biken. Adam Biken, the former head coach at Stony Creek High School back in the day, and now at the helm here at Oxford High School. And let's take a look here at the home side in the Dragons from Lake Orion, coached by Chris Kortag. They played 14 games. You mentioned 8-6, Dan. They are 9-11-4. So they finished last season, as you mentioned, they graduated over 20 players. Finished 5th in the OAA White last season at 21-19-6 over the last 2 seasons, and currently sit 3rd in the White.
And they're definitely still in the mathematical hunt for that division title. Right now, Royal Oak is in position to stay at the conference championship, but a loss or a tie next week, and the division standings get a little bit murkier. And they would love nothing more to squeeze out a non-conference victory over their arch rivals to the north. These two teams did play in a weekend tournament back in August up at the Petoskey Invitational. There was 8 schools up there, and you play three games of 60-minute games, 30-minute halves. But they did face off with Oxford winning that contest. But that's a month ago. That's when teams were just finally picking their rosters, trying to sort out starting lineups and keep players off the bench. So a lot has changed in the 4 weeks since they faced off up in Petoskey.
That's right. 62 degrees here at the time of kickoff. At least that's what it looks like it's going to be. 9-mile visibility, 14-mile-an-hour wind gusts coming out of the east and heading to the west, southwest. So very interesting wind formation here today, Dan. But either way, excited to bring you this MHSAA boys soccer matchup here on this Wednesday evening. We are 9 minutes away from the start of getting these festivities underway. We'll step aside for our first break. When we come back, we'll give you starting 11s. Get ready for the first half. You're watching MHSAA boys soccer live on the Michigan Soccer Network. shot. Evans save, rebound, cleared away. Pearson steps up, takes this, and buries it. Post cross, open net. Up, and a touch on it by Gun upward corner. And the Grosse Pointe Liggett is your 2022 Cardinal champions. They are awarding the win to Catholic Central.
On this broadcast in the Michigan Soccer Network.
In these rankings?
I wouldn't say uncommon, but Granville Calvin Christian.
Buggle the top, looking for Kraft. Toffolo right there now. Kraft, one-on-one, Kraft, and that's We're excited to have you stopping by. John Turner, Dan Stickrat, and we're talking high school soccer rankings and playoffs and much more here on this Monday. Northwestern is up from 12, now at 10.
Beat Up Sweet Chili Lime Sauce has 3 perfect ingredients. Sweet, chili, lime. People keep telling us sweet isn't an ingredient. How these wings get sweet then? Introducing new Sweet Chili Lime for a limited time at Buffalo Wild Wings. There's good. Then there's sticky, sweet, spicy, double your napkins, don't even share with your own best friend. General So Good. Introducing General Soul Sauce for a limited time at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Granite City Food and Brewery has 2 Michigan locations in Troy and Northville. Serves made-from-scratch food, brews in-house beer, and even has brunch every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. To learn more about their daily specials or to book a private party, visit gcfb.com. Make sure you head over to Granite City in Northville at the corner of 7 Mile and Haggerty, or the Troy location at 16 Mile and I-75.
There's good. Then there's sticky, sweet, spicy, double your napkins, don't even share with your own best friend. General So Good. Introducing General Soul Sauce for a limited time at Buffalo Wild Wings.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond. In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate!
Thank you for stopping by the Michigan Soccer Network. To not miss out on any of the action, all you have to do is simply hit the subscribe button, and that way you're notified every time we bring new content or go live. Thanks for stopping by.
And welcome back here into Dragon Stadium here. We're just 5 minutes or so until we get things underway here as Lake Orion High School welcoming number 2 Oxford here on this Wednesday evening, the last Wednesday in September, as we get ever so closer to October, Dan. And a week from today, we'll be out at the Catholic League Finals at Keyworth Stadium. Those teams yet to be determined, Dan, and but we're excited. Those games kick off at 5 and 7 p.m., and we'll bring you all the action here live on the Michigan Soccer Network.
Catholic made some shifts this season. They picked up 3 teams from the Toledo, Ohio area, plus 1 team from Jackson. So there are now 7 teams in the upper division of the Catholic League Central Division. Detroit Catholic Central was your Bishop champ last year. They also won that Central Division and got to the Final Four in Division 1. But that's kind of wide open. That's far from decided. CC lost 10 starters and 3 new schools in that league. And Brother Royce graduated 9 starters. De La Salle has been somewhat down the last couple of years. So yeah, it's wide open. And then in the AA division, we do know that Orchard Lake St. Mary's clinched that division championship already last week. So we'll be out there for those 2 games.
Yeah, we will, and we will be bringing you a very good setup. We have 5 cameras scheduled for next week, and obviously we'll have social media content. We have the biggest team that we've ever had. They'll be there next week, so we're excited to bring that to you. But hey, today's matchup, a good one, is Lake Orion coming in again 8-6 overall. They are 3. Looking at their record, I apologize. They are 3-2 in the white. And Oxford's 4-1 in the red. We'll talk about the starting lineups here in a second, but looking at the record here for Lake Orion, they've lost 6 games this season, but those games they've lost have been to really good teams. They lost to Rochester Adams in their opener of the season that we covered actually at Rochester Adams here just down the road. They lost that 1-2-0. They lost to Oxford in that Petoskey tournament 2-1. So these 2 teams have seen each other already this season. Even though it was early and it was during one of those preseason tournaments, it still is a game that these teams had a chance to see each other. So, but it was a 2-1 there in favor of Oxford. Then they played Utica, and we saw Utica this season already. And Utica, another really good team, has 17 seniors this season, and having a good run of it in the in the MAC White. They lost that game 3-1. Then they played Royal Oak, and that game was a 2-1 loss. They played Bloomfield. They lost that one 3-1. So those are those 2 losses in the white. And Clarkston, they played them here back last week or a week or so ago on the 14th, and they lost that game 2-1. So there's a look at their history a little bit, and then you talk about the 3 losses that Oxford had. Those 3 losses have all come against good teams. Flint Powers, they lost that game 3-2, and that was back on the 21st of August. They did play Berkeley, and that game was a 2-0 loss on the 19th, so just over a week ago. And they did play De La Salle here on Monday night. And when I was talking to Adam Biken here before the game, he talked about that matchup and said, hey, homecoming weekend was this weekend, and in Oxford, it's not just one night; it's the entire weekend. It rolls over into the early week, so a little bit of that hangover, but that homecoming lull, so to speak, that they dealt with. So, but they did lose to De La Salle here 3-1 on Monday. So, something to be said about that. But both these teams coming in with good goals for and goals against average, Dan, is Oxford has 33 goals for, 17 against. They have a +16 and have 6 shutouts along the way. And then goals for Lake Orion, they've got 36, so 3 more than Oxford. They've allowed 24, so they're +12 on the season and 2 shutouts. So, those are some details there about these 2 teams. As we're going to pass this off now, let the public address announcer here at Dragon Stadium take over. We'll be back here after the National Anthem festivities to give you the starting 11s.
Trainer, here he is. Yeah. Hi, Coach. How are you? I'm Chris. Gabby. Head coach, right? I'm the one that barked, and I felt bad. I didn't mean it to be hostile. The older girl was there, and I go, she needs help. And the girl came.
McDonough. 5, Ryan Beach. 6, Jack Vachi. 7, Cooper Kaufman. 9, Maxim Myron. 10, Diego Mendel.
Good match, guys. Good match. Good match. Good match. Have a good match. Have a good match. Have a good match. Good game. Have a good game, kiddo. Have a good game. Good match.
26 to Kelly. Assisted by Ryan Instead and Betty Schreiber. For the Dragons, we have 0, Ryan Bunn. Number 1, Brendan Zale. 3, J.D. Pikachi. 4, Will Farmer. 7, Drew Lindstrom. 8, Austin Medley. 9, Will Jekyll. 10, Calvin Mays. 11, Ezekiel Vargas. 12, Miles Silva. 13, Andrew Hutton. 14, Matthias Balina Rosa. 15, Matt Toffolo. 17, Billy Kessler. 19, Dennis Redzak. 20, Nico Lasso. 21, Luke Wilson. 22, Jack Verlinden. 25, Joe Dayton. 27, Corey Tranzera. The first perspective is matches and miles. Ladies and gentlemen, the privilege of this game was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us now honor and respect their efforts in our country. Civilian gentlemen, please remove your hats. Active and retired military, we encourage you to render the appropriate salute. And everyone able, please stand at attention, placing your hand over your heart as we proudly sing our national anthem.
Another rendition of the national anthem and announcements, and we're ready to go here from Dragon Stadium in Lake Orion. Dan, we'll talk the starting 11s here, starting with Oxford. In goal tonight, Nolan Mauser, the 11th grader, Ronan McDonough, the midfielder, Ryan Patish, Cooper Kaufman, Maxton Myron, Diego Medell, a 4-year starter, a senior, Coltrane Hudson, Anthony Jabaro, Tristan Warthon, Bradley Bowlby, and Drew Caddy, all in the 11 here tonight. Some players nicked up, as you mentioned, for Oxford, Dan. But either way, they're going to have to come out here and fight tonight, taking on a Lake Orion team, headed up in goal by Brendan Zale, the sophomore. You've got William Farmer, Andrew Finstrom, Austin Negri, William Jekyll, Calvin Mays, Ezekiel Vargas, Mateus Balina Loza, Matthew Tofolo, Joey Gayton, and Broden Janzerak are all in the lineup here tonight for Lake Orion. So there's your starting 11s, and Mark Schultes and Richard Tome, along with Scott Mantufel, making their way out here to center the pitch, just getting ready here for this game.
Yeah, Oxford's going to play without their starting center back, Jay Cady. He's a senior, also plays football. College prospect as a kicker. And he also plays tight end. He got an injury last Friday against Clarkston in a football game, and sat out against Warren De La Salle on Monday and is out of the lineup again today. So they had to shift some players around. Also, sophomore Ryan Clark, who's been a starter all season up top at forward. He's also out. And Oxford has kind of a shorter bench tonight. A couple other reserves aren't here or played in the JV games, so they're going to makeshift their lineup and hope they can continue their winning ways. Like I said, they did beat Lake Orion 2-1 back on August 18th in the Petoskey tournament, and these two teams have had a lot of close matches in recent years. They did tie 1-1 a year ago this week in a non-conference matchup. And then Lake Orion is starting to come together with this young team. Brennan Zale, sophomore, has been very active between the pipes. He's had some good games this season. This is a very junior-heavy team.
We are officially underway here from Dragon Stadium, Lake Orion, Michigan. John Turner, Dan Sticker on the call tonight. As Lake Orion welcoming number 2 ranked Oxford here on the Michigan Soccer Network. Lake Orion will be in the all-green kits here going left to right on your screen. Oxford will be in the all-white kits going right to left. Thrown in by Farmer and almost given away, and that falls right to Negri and back to Brennan Zale. He'll clear this one up towards midfield. Again, this is my second game of the day. I called the game out in Livonia this morning at 9 a.m. Never did a professional game at 9 o'clock in the morning before, but I did do one today. So,
yeah, I've seen amateur games, high school club games on a Saturday morning, but never on a Wednesday morning.
That's right. Is all thrown up on that far side. That's Warthon down by the end line, looking to maybe slot this one in, and that one will go out for a goal kick. So. I'll tell you, though, as a player, I played out here, I've refereed out here, I've coached out here. Lake Orion has an advantage with that swirling wind that only swirls out here on this hill. It is a special home field advantage that is only found here. It's been tested by meteorologists and scientists alike, and they have not figured out why there's a wind that always comes around this field.
You look to your right, just beyond the soccer and football stadium, there are some woods. You go right down the hill into a gully. But you are on high ground up here with these back-to-back stadiums, because the high school is actually slightly downhill over our left shoulder to the east.
This ball thrown in right towards the top of the 18 and collected there by Balby, and gives it right back to the Dragons. And Vargas will put this one in, looking maybe to cross it. And this one will be cleared up well over midfield and make its way all the way back to Zale. Well, he took that one. And he ran into some contact. Collided there with Worthon. Zale probably should let that one come back in the box. Good look there at the crowd. You see some Oxford faithful as well as Lake Orion. He can sit there and get a piece of pizza. As this ball goes in, all but a touch. Zale with a great save. That was, I think it was Patish that got a touch on that right before it made its way to Zale. Zale coming up big here. We're only 3 minutes into this one. Now Scott Mantufo, the center referee, will have a conversation with Belina Loza. I guess the clock did come to a stop, so that's my bad. I didn't see that. So, was this cleared up and out by Farmer? Be thrown in by Jarborough. Will put in towards that near post, and Zale was there. Oxford
coach Adam Biken talked in the pregame about how athletic this team is. It's first time since the mid-1990s they've been a top 5 team in the rankings. They were a Class B power back in the 90s. But very athletic. Not only do most of these kids in the program play club ball, but he says most of these kids are 2- and 3-sport athletes. He has track and field athletes, basketball players, dual football. One player in the starting lineup runs cross country as well during the fall. Hockey players, you name it. This is a very athletic, very well-balanced collection of athletes for the Wildcats, and it has worked out to where they're in the OA Red Division hunt. Been a top 15 team all season long.
Possession back to the Dragons. As Negri will play this to Farmer. He'll be dispossessed here on this near side. That's Kaufman. Kaufman will play it back to his left back, and Drew Caddy, junior defender. Drew Cady, I apologize. This is going to be the first corner here of the night for either side. The Oxford Wildcats have the first corner. So Medell will put this one back in. Mentioned a 4-year starter. Double digits stats here on the season is to put this one back in.
A lot of the Wildcats' offense goes through Diego Medell. College prospect, center of the park, 4-year starter. Was honorable mention All-State last year, but having a great season for the Wildcats. And like we talked about in some of our ranking shows, the last 2 years Oxford loaded up with a young roster. They've had freshmen and sophomores, several of them on their rosters the last 2 or 3 years. Now they have a lot of seniors and juniors. It's more than paid the price. Off 10-3-3 start. First top 5 ranking in nearly 3 decades.
So ball thrown on that far side for Oxford. This one lines up going out for a goal kick as it crosses over that end line.
Last time Oxford was ranked this high, the Wildcats had a young man roaming the field as an attacking midfielder and forward of Matt Green. Green was an all-state Dream Team player, later spent his entire collegiate career over at DePaul in Chicago, Division I school. He was a top 5 Mr. Soccer candidate during his senior season, I believe in the fall of '95.
Looking to go through that seam. Good defensive work there from Tofolo. Back in my playing days, Kellen Kelso, player that played over at Oxford. Remember Kellen Kelso, don't you there, Dan?
Yeah, Kellen was a very good player for the Wildcats. He only played 3 years with Oxford. His senior year in the fall of '99, Kelso went down to Bradenton, Florida, along with Justin Detter of Holly, and they trained with the U.S. U18 national team, about a collection of 30 athletes for the semester. So they did not get a chance to play as seniors at their respective schools, but they were 2 very good players. Kellen Kelso later went to Michigan State, helped the Spartans win the Big Ten Tournament Championship 2004, and they made a run, I believe, to the Sweet 16 that year. And Justin Detter played for Notre Dame and later spent a few years in MLS. So he was the best player at Holly, just down the road. Best player they've ever produced.
All inside. That's Medell again. Down now going to the end line. He'll cut it back. Looking to put this one into the box. He does. There's Warthon. That was right there, but unable to bring that one in. Settle it down. Seeing a lot of direct balls here from Oxford. Looking to go over the top. You know, I had a conversation and talked with a number of coaches here this past week after the ranking show, and we talked about success at the high school level, and a lot of times it does come from direct play. I know that teams are trying to build things through possession. Is this ball over the top? Out comes Mosser, and he'll make the grab, but a lot of times direct balls will get you victories at the high school level.
You got to learn when to use it and when not. You have to mix it up. You play possession, you play direct, you try to score off restarts. Good teams can adapt to game situations and how the opponent is playing them, if they're playing you straight up or if they're packing 8-9 guys back in the box. So you have to figure out different ways how to attack a team. And in certain situations, especially if a team is highly defensive and playing a lot of players in back, that sometimes resulting in direct ball or trying to rely on restarts to get shots and potentially goals. Sometimes that's the working recipe as well.
Reminder, your first time stopping by, hit that subscribe button, like us, and share with your friends and family. That's almost stepped in and dispossessed, but good work there defensive by Janzerak. Like us and share us with your friends and family. We're available on all social media, MI Soccer Network.
Joey, step him out, please. 10 more yards.
You're watching us live right now on YouTube. Be available on demand after this, as well as extended highlights tomorrow. Now here comes Oxford once again. Medell puts this one in towards his teammate Cooper Kaufman, and that one will be poked out for the second corner of the match here for the Oxford Wildcats.
Calvin, you have to go back and help.
So ball put in, that's going to go back post. Comes back across, no one there for either side as you track down by Ryan Clark. A good hard tackle there from Jabaro. Put back in. That's not a bad ball as Katie, and a touch there in the open net, but looks like hit off a Farmer on his way in towards goal.
You have to go back inside the 18. Let's go.
It was Cooper Kaufman who put that one in to the open goal, and that hit off a Farmer, I think, on its way in and deflected out for a corner.
That it might have gone to the net or might have gone off that left goalpost, but definitely was in danger, and Lake Orion able to clear it out of harm's way.
That one goes over everybody. This one will be put back up towards the 12 and settled down by Mays. Now Vargas. Good up. With thread the needle there on that side is a foul there against Oxford. It's Calvin Mays taken down.
So Oxford had 3 corner kicks here in the first 12 minutes, unable to convert. They've had 2 shots and 1 on frame, and Lake Orion yet to collect anything in the offensive category.
So we're going to see a throw-in here for the Dragons, and I assume it's going to be a long one. I mean, I remember coming out here and playing my playing days, the long throw-ins from the Dragons. We see William Farmer put this one back in. Didn't quite make it to maybe its target, as he'll get it back, and another opportunity as we have 27:44 remaining here in this first half. Scoreless so far. Farmer puts this one in, a little flick towards that back post. Up goes Mauser, and Mauser makes the grab.
Mauser, a junior, rising prospect between the pipes. A lot of coaches around the area really like Mauser's play. And Oxford's been fortunate with goalkeepers in recent years. They had, just a couple years ago, they had Tristan Bennett, who was an all-state third-team player, 4-year starter for Wildcats between the pipes. And back in the early 2000s, they had a 4-year starter named Shane Rondy, who at that time set a bunch of goalkeeping records for the Wildcats. And I think some of them were actually broken by Tristan Bennett. But again, you can't win and compete if you don't have a good goaltender. Oxford's been very blessed in that category.
This one sails into the crowd on that far side. I always loved coming out here as a referee and as a coach because you got to really feel the intensity from the crowd. Is there one of the closer crowds you'll have here in high school soccer? They're only about 3 or 4 yards off the pitch on that far side. Especially if you're on that side of the field, it's quite loud. Foul then be called against Lake Orion and Belina Loza.
Lake Orion was one of the first schools in the area to get as a large school to get a soccer-specific stadium. They opened this up back in 1999. And the field was a little bit shorter that first season. It was grass, and on the northern field they had some erosion issues where it was starting to erode and drop down a little bit, so they had to move the goalposts up about 20 yards and shorten that field. It was kind of a crackerjack trying to play soccer around here that first year. The second year they had it resolved. Had some companies come out and repair all that. And then a couple years afterwards, they got turf here on the soccer field and the adjacent football stadium. And redid this stadium about 5 years ago. The scoreboard got moved from the south end to the north end. And still a very beautiful facility.
So the goalkeeper in Brendan Zale right now, after making that catch, he is holding his thumb or his hand. I don't know. They're holding his hand.
Yeah, it looks like he right next to his thumb.
You can hurt a toe as a goalkeeper. You can hurt hurt a rib, but your hands, you need those. So as we trainer here taking a look at Zale, and great shot there from our camera operator Ryan tonight. So I assume we'll see a substitute goalkeeper, at least for the time being.
It's just kind of a freak accident. I hate to see
So their backup goalkeeper is Ryan Bunn. So he'll make his way out onto the pitch. Ryan, a senior goalkeeper. Don't know if he's got any minutes this year, but if he hasn't, trial by fire is what they say. It must have happened on that catch.
Yeah, he just
there wasn't really any contact.
Stop play. I think maybe his thumb got jammed or something, or maybe he just caught it awkwardly, torn ligament, broken bone. You never know.
Can't be a broken bone because they serve milk here like 14 times a day in Lake Orion, so it's.
Well done, Tone.
This ball kind of pops up here. It's Farmer, and good battle on this near side, and I'm taking down Cooper Kaufman.
So Lake Orion has their backup goalkeeper in. Oxford's been pressing most of this contest. Be the time to test their backup goalie, see what he has.
Katie puts this one in right at Bond, and that's what happened the last time, right? Is Katie put that one in, and Zale came up with it cleanly, and clearly something bothering him after that catch. But when I was growing up, my parents would have thrown some dirt on it and said, "Get back out there." This Kapler, that one swings out to that far side.
You were fortunate when you went to Troy Athens, when Troy Athens every year seemed like they had 3 good goalkeepers on their varsity roster, whereas someone did get hurt.
It wasn't fair, Dan. It wasn't fair. I wish they only had 1 good goalkeeper in myself, but that wasn't the case. But some things that are worth fighting for, right? Is a little deflection and chased down by Tofolo, and Now another player is down for the Dragons. Clock come to a stop again.
Another Lake Orion player went down off camera.
Yeah, it looks like Joey Gayton went down, and he's pointing to everything, so I can't tell what's hurting.
First I thought it was a shoulder. Now they're looking at the
knee.
One of the knees.
Yeah. No, it's actually the ankle.
That's backup trainer Andrew McDonald. He's now a teacher here at Lake Orion Schools and the head cross-country and track coach. He served as the athletic trainer at Oxford, ironically, for 23 school years before switching over a year ago here to Lake Orion Schools.
It's interesting how you know everything, even about trainers, man. It's so you'll see him step off, at least under his own control, which is good to see. Next week for the Catholic League Finals, we will have a sideline reporter. Joanna Tuttle will join us next week, and we'll be able to get some, maybe some injury updates on the sideline during those games. So we're back underway here from Dragon Stadium. Flag will go up as it did go out.
Let's go, White! Come on! Hold on, hold on.
Medell and Farmer will clear this one up over midfield. Really much of this match so far has been controlled by Oxford. You've seen some transitional moments for the Dragons. Little hold on the shirt there from Jekyll. The foul was called, so free kick coming up here for Oxford. This one would be about from 40 yards away from goal.
Hand touch, tight. Hey, Billy, here. We don't need two on the wall.
So this one comes in right toward that far post, over everybody and out over the end line.
Oxford done a good job controlling most of the play today, mixing up possession with some direct ball. But still, they've only had 3 shot attempts and 2 on frame and misfired in all 3 of their corner kicks. So they get down in that final third of the field and unable to produce here.
Well, they don't have a problem scoring goals. They scored 33 this season, and obviously Lake Orion scored 36, so they have scored goals. This is a rivalry game, and these two teams fighting here for, I'm going to say that's going to hit off the hand. Right there in front of the Oxford faithful, not happy about that one.
Official was right there to make that call. Did deflect off the wrist of Oxford player.
We don't defend referees here on this network there, Dan. I'm just kidding. Of course we do. Well, officials, we wouldn't be able to do this as this one played in. Kind of drops inside the 18 and then poked away. Finding its way to Cooper Kaufman. Now Farmer. Back to Negri. This one should probably have been in the air.
Come on, T! That's ours. Go, T!
Now here comes a counterattack here for Oxford. Good defensive work as it finds its way to Negri again.
Well done. Seconds!
Now you want to see them maybe not force the ball as much, but this does drop down to Kapler. Now Finstrom. Puts this one across into the 6. Far post. 2 players open. And just couldn't bring that under control.
First real opportunity for the Dragons. Slotted right through the goal post, or excuse me, the goal box. Just unable to corral that ball to get a shot off. Dragons have been looking for that counterattack. They finally had one and unable to convert.
put back in play. Good work from Kaufman. He'll take a shot that will actually deflect out, but off of his own player. Lake Orion coaching staff, Chris Corteg, head coach, assistant by Jason Wise, head coach Amanda Hutchinson of JV, and Rich Cook is the head coach of JVB.
Jason Wise played here about 20 years ago. Amanda Hutchinson was a state champion over in nearby Rochester Adams back in the spring of '99. The Highlanders won the D1 state title with a loaded roster. Chris Corteg, anyone that's been around the soccer community here in Michigan the last 4 decades, at least that's heard of the name Chris Corteg. He has coached high school, high-level travel. He's coached Division I college soccer. He's coached several amateur teams. He's been around the block a time or two. And still enjoying being on the sidelines, even though he's in his early 70s. Chris Corteg, one of the most veteran coaches in all the state of Michigan.
So I don't know if we're going to see Brendan Zale back in or not, but for now, Ryan Bunn still between the pipes. This one cleared off and make its way back all the way to Mauser. All beat. Cleared out on that far side. So just over the halfway point, 18 minutes to go here. Scoreless draw right now. Lake Orion High School. You're watching some Dragons tape as the ball falls to Clark.
Clark was originally told a no-go for tonight, but he has been inserted into this match.
One back by the Dragons. That's really been the story of their evening. Really stifled attacks defensively by Oxford. This is one played back all the way to Bunn.
Oxford, the only team to defeat nearby Clarkson. Clarkson was ranked number 1 the first 5 weeks of the season, and rightfully so, but Oxford came out with a 2-1 victory here last week. We were down at Ann Arbor Huron versus their SCC Red Division game with Saline. That same night, Oxford collected one of the biggest upsets so far this season. Wildcats.
So there you go, the Oxford student section getting involved.
Get a little chattery and chippy over there on the far side.
Vargas got tied up there and then was taken down. So, but a free kick coming up here for the Dragons. That one's about 51 yards or so from goal. Plus or minus a yard there, Dan, as this one played in. Right into the mix. Out comes the goalkeeper, Mauser. This one drops to Mays. He still has it. Oh, that's a toe poke. Another one off the far side. Just wide of frame as Finstrom put that one wide.
Great service into the box from 50 yards out. That ball went right around the 6. It bounced around. A couple players touched it. Shot wide, but finally Lake Orion is able to generate a little bit of a threat. First shot attempt of the match. But they have been able to perform on a bend but don't break defense to keep the high-powered Wildcats off the scoreboard. So 0-0. We're down to roughly 15 minutes here in the first half. As rivalry games go, not a lot of offense in this game.
That's Clark once again. Puts this one in. Out comes Bond. He'll make the grab. Bond up for the challenge. Now, got broken up. That was Vargas. Met there defensively by Myron. There's Warthon, who haven't mentioned his name in a couple minutes.
Max Myron of Oxford. His dad played locally at nearby Rochester High School back in the mid-1990s. 3-year starter for the Falcons. Now getting a chance to watch his son play some OAA soccer.
All in to Vargas. Look to switch to this near side. Looking for Heitinen. Heitinen keeps it on the pitch. Oh, good work by Heitinen. Looks to put this across the box, and right there to make the save is Mauser. So good work here these last couple possessions for the Dragons. Getting some opportunities in testing this goalkeeper, Noah Mauser, the junior goalkeeper. Oh, wow, that's a hard tackle. We might just see a yellow card here. So we are going to see a yellow card. Let's see who that was. That was number 15. That was Tofolo who got cleared the yellow card, stopping that promising attack. And not a bad tactical decision by Tofolo, stopping that counter on that far side. Going to see.
A quick counter. Looked like Oxford had numbers.
Loza is the one that's going to come back in.
Nothing over you.
There's one back in play. Didn't quite make it to his intended target. Is now. You can hear the crowd and excitement of that move. This one put right back in towards that back line of the Dragons. That one actually is going to go out for a corner.
So fourth corner kick of the match for the Wildcats.
That was Warthon that was right there for the Wildcats. So we're going to see Cooper Kaufman put this one back in. Ball played short towards Clark. One time towards that near post. Still inside. Bounces around and finally makes his way to Bunn. All that through traffic. Unable to really get a good piece of that one on the Wildcats offense, and Bunn will come up with it. The substitution now coming in here for the Dragons is you see Red Zip step in, as well as number 12, Mariko Silva. Gonna see Kapler step off.
So Ryan Brunn did a good job between the pipes here for Lake Orion. Sophomore starter Brendan Zale did go down with a thumb injury.
That's confirmed?
Well, that's what it looked like on the. It looked like that on the camera, but it looked like they were holding that thumb.
Were you giving a sticky note I didn't see there, Dan?
And I'm not psychic either, so.
This ball will make its way into the box as Erskine was there for the Wildcats, but Bunn coming up with it. No, it looked like some kind of a hand, definitely some kind of a hand injury. Yeah. It wasn't a foot. That can be confirmed. It was a finger, maybe an index finger or ring finger. Don't want to hurt the ring finger, man. You know what? Now that I'm married, now I was a goalkeeper. My fingers swell up from being a goalkeeper. Anything but the ring finger. On those types of shots, that's sort of like those balls, it tends to be like a hyperextension, right? Because your hand is going up and you're stretching out that finger. And it's my guess would be is, he hyperextended it, stretched out that ligament a little bit. Is this one makes his way back out towards midfield?
Those things take a while to heal as well.
They do.
If you're a goalkeeper or play baseball with a glove or play basketball, that stuff can linger for weeks at a time.
So Kaufman goes down. I think they wanted to foul. They're not going to get it. Now Clark from about 30 yards out puts that one well wide. So just under 11 minutes ago here in half number 1, it's 0-0. Couple opportunities for each side. But really nothing of substance so far in this game. Good energy. Has that kind of playoff feel to it a little bit there, Dan.
These two teams will be in the same district this season. Very competitive district.
District with
Clarkson, Oxford, Grand Blanc, 3 very good teams in that same district. Grand Blanc is in contention for that Saginaw Valley League Championship. They've been in the top 3 all season. And Flushing's in there as well. Flushing's been a strong side this season. Lake Orion's up and coming. So yeah, not a lot. Won't be any easy games in that district as well. And in most Division I districts, that's pretty much the case.
So at halftime, we'll have Brendan Zale sign a HIPAA form. We'll get you all the information about what happened. One thing, just due to health care, you really just can't talk about it. They won't, even at the college level now, it's all hush. Rightfully so.
Hey, Tony, Anthony, step over there.
It's funny because I've been in press conferences with college coaches many times over the years, and they'll talk about injuries of the players. And I think off the record they get reprimanded for
on the clock, please.
Talking about an injury specifically.
So they're going to say 9:25 on the clock. Back underway. Just out on that far side. So Dan, I've been here as a player, I've been here as a coach, I've been here as a referee, and now I've been here as a broadcaster. I don't know what more you can be. How many else can you be here as a parent? I guess
as a fan, right? Yeah.
Wow, I did come here as a fan once to watch some of the. This was back when they had the semifinals here. Do you remember Frazier played Adams, I believe, here.
2014. There were several thousand people here. They didn't have enough seating, even close to enough seating for that match. I believe Adams won that game 3-2.
They did. They went on. They ended up losing to Salem in the final. So
actually, it was Canton.
Canton 1-0. Yep. Sorry.
Thank you, Drew.
Same area, Dan. Come on.
Canton, Salem, Plymouth, they do share the same campus, so.
Mauricio!
All thrown into Mauricio Silva.
Come on, one of you! Come on.
Teach finds Medell. Medell now making his way with all his space. Keeps going. All still at his feet. Just one into Kaufman, and now see Myron. That one will go out for a throw-in. So Wildcats deep in Dragon territory.
First touch! Let's go white!
We're talking about the Plymouth Canton schools.
Oh, that's a good throw. Finds his way into the 18. Pops up and makes its way here to his near side.
Talking about the Plymouth Canton schools. Plymouth High opened up in the fall of 2002, the same year Wall Lake Northern, Rochester Stony Creek, and the West Bloomfield Jewish Academy. I believe they all opened new high schools that fall. It's for the first few years there, you would always hear talks at like Stony Creek and Wall Lake Northern. We only had 2 schools. Well. Just 21 years later, you don't hear that chatter anymore.
Well, you don't.
None of these athletes were even born yet when those schools opened their doors.
Now look at this free kick opportunity. This one is going to be from about 35 yards out. Medell will stand over this one. This is a good opportunity right here for Oxford. Test Bunn. 3-man wall. Medell steps up, puts this one to that back post. Not a bad ball, and just can't connect is Maxton Myron as it goes just past his head.
Throwing those jabs at us with Katie, and then you come in with that little soft ball up over top. You sneaky little bugger bite.
Funny how they don't know that we can hear them, the coaches down below. It's Chris Corteg and Adam Biken having a word, which is nice. Our field mic is right below. Oh, look at this. Is Silva almost got there. I will say this, though. You know, we go to a lot of fields, Dan. We go to press boxes and stadiums all across this great state, and this is nice. I like this. It's snug and it's comfortable, and you feel like you're right in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a good place to watch a game.
How was Berkeley? Do you match up with them?
Like we said a few minutes ago, it just doesn't have the seating to host a state semifinal, but.
So rain is falling here in Lake Orion. You can see it off kind of in the lights.
Yeah, the coaches from Oxford were talking before the game that they expected rain to hit between 8 and 8:20, and here we are at 8:09, and showers have begun.
It is parent night here, so all the parents who are here to support their children will be honored here during the halftime break, honored with roses and water for those roses. Compliments of Mother Nature. I feel like they should supply roses and beer for the dad. You know, roses for the wife, the mom, and a beer for the dad, right? You're like
Yeah, I'm sure the dads would enjoy that. I don't think the school board and superintendent of whatever school district hands out beer to the fathers, but
a root beer.
Root beer, okay.
Throw an A&W root beer.
There
It
we
doesn't
go.
have to be real beer. Just or maybe like a Mr. Beast candy bar or something like that. I don't know. Some beef jerky. The time of year, right? I mean,
I believe it is bow season, right?
it is. We're not far from a gun range. You can always hear those.
Yeah, we're just a couple miles away from the Bald Mountain.
Yep.
State Park.
So Farmer play this back to Bunn. Play right back to him. Because he's mad, almost dispossessed.
Down to 3:05 left in this game. We're still at a 0-0 tie. Oxford, Lake Orion.
Well, I mean, it's all the way to Silva.
Good job. Good job.
Good battle as
Hey, come on.
Katie wins that battle for the Wildcats.
Hold Ryan. Don't build out of the back. Play long. Builds out of the back. Dennis.
You're both coaches telling their players to start building out of the back. And at times this results in a little bit of kickball, not pure soccer.
Yeah.
Sure, both coaching staffs will have a little chat with their players about settling that ball down.
They do it all the time. That's what I did there. Hey, come back there. Come back there.
So thrown in here by Ravereau. That one makes his way all the way through. It might have hit off a Dragon player. It did. So it hit off of Janzarak.
Watch the back post. I see you go ahead in.
If you're watching here for the first time tonight, hit that subscribe button, like us, share with your friends and family. We do have our Best Fans in Michigan contest going on right now is the OAA currently knee-deep in their fan contest voting polls. Where Loke was in the lead this morning with 124 total votes. I think Oxford 4th. Berkeley coming in at 2. Troy High, I believe, was in 3rd. So the voting continues as we'll announce the winner of the OAA Best Fans here on Sunday night during our high school ranking show. Tomorrow night we'll be out of Berkeley as they welcome in Troy High. As we are officially under a minute in this first half. Ball kind of into the box and cleared up out by Belina Loza.
Luca, I need you.
Oxford swarming the box, just cannot get a shot off in traffic.
Pete, come on.
The Wildcats have been a little bit stymied tonight. A little frustrated. We'll see what kind of adjustments both coaching staffs make here at half. We're down to just 26 seconds before the break.
Rolling in. One put in. That one will make its way to Mauser. 15 seconds to go. So that'll do it here for the first 40 minutes. It's 0-0 scoreless draw going into the first half. When we come back here from commercials, we have 40 minutes to go in this rivalry game, OAA crossover match, as the Oxford Wildcats coming in, taking on Lake Orion. You're watching all of this on the Michigan Soccer Network. We'll be back. Shot, Evans save, rebound, cleared away. Pearson steps up, takes this, and buries it. Post cross, open net. Up, and a touch on it by Akgun, upward corner. And the Grosse Pointe Liggett is your 2022 Cardinal champions. They are awarding the win to Catholic Central.
On this broadcast in the Michigan Soccer Network.
Common in these rankings?
I wouldn't say uncommon, but Granville Calvin Christian.
The ball go over the top, looking for Kraft. Toffolo right there now. Kraft, one-on-one, Kraft, and that We're excited to have you stopping by. John Turner, Dan Stickrat, and we're talking high school soccer rankings and playoffs and much more here on this Monday. Northwestern is up from 12, now at 10.
Beat Up Sweet Chili Lime Sauce has 3 perfect ingredients. Sweet, chili, lime. People keep telling us sweet isn't an ingredient. How these wings get sweet then? Introducing new Sweet Chili Lime for a limited time at Buffalo Wild Wings. There's good. Then there's sticky, sweet, spicy, double your napkins, don't even share with your own best friend. General So Good. Introducing General Soul Sauce for a limited time at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Granite City Food and Brewery has 2 Michigan locations in Troy and Northville. Serves made-from-scratch food, brews in-house beer, and even has brunch every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. To learn more about their daily specials or to book a private party, visit gcfb.com. Make sure you head over to Granite City in Northville at the corner of 7 Mile and Haggerty, or the Troy location at 16 Mile and I-75.
There's good. Then there's sticky, sweet, spicy, double your napkins, don't even share with your own best friend. General So Good. Introducing General Soul Sauce for a limited time at Buffalo Wild Wings.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond. In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate.
Thank you for stopping by the Michigan Soccer Network. To not miss out on any of the action, all you have to do is simply hit the subscribe button, and that way you're notified every time we bring new content or go live. Thanks for stopping by.
Granite City Food and Brewery has 2 Michigan locations in Troy and Northville. Serves made-from-scratch food, brews in-house beer, and even has brunch every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. To learn more about their daily specials or to book a private party, visit gcfb.com. Make sure you head over to Granite City in Northville at the corner of 7 Mile and Haggerty, or the Troy location at 16 Mile and I-75.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Now Worrell has a good cutback from him. He'll fire one, and that's going to go in!
Beat Up Sweet Chili Lime Sauce has 3 perfect ingredients. Sweet, chili, lime. People keep telling us sweet isn't an ingredient. How these wings get sweet then? Introducing new Sweet Chili Lime for a limited time at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Are you looking to grow here in 2023? Let the Michigan Soccer Network help you and your restaurant fill more seats. Help you and your law firm get new clients. Help you and your dental practice find more patients. Find more roofing customers for this upcoming summer. And to help you and your medical practice find new patients. To learn more or get started, visit MichiganSoccerNetwork.com.
I'm a husband. I'm a father.
I'm a sister.
I'm a son. I'm a brother.
I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a referee.
I'm a referee.
I am a referee.
I'm a referee.
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond. In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about. Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond. In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate.
Well, welcome back here into Dragon Stadium. That's right, Lake Orion High School here tonight on this Wednesday evening, the last Wednesday in September. We are just a few days away from a brand new month, as the Dragons and Oxford and the Wildcats are scoreless here at the half, as we're about to get things back underway. And Dan, I don't know about you, I'm excited for a goal here. I'm excited for a shot, to be fair.
You know, I was going to get pumped up at halftime myself, doing my air drumming. Neil Peart in impression didn't come close to the GOAT, but yeah, I'd like to see a little more energy from both sides, a little bit more possession games. Both teams need to spread the field a lot better. They've been clogging up the center of the park, and we didn't see a ton of chances. Oxford had a 6-2 shots edge, 3-1 on frame, and all for the corners of the first half, so not a lot of offense. And we've seen that result on the scoreboard of all donuts.
As we are back underway here from Dragon Stadium, Lake Orion High School is getting scoreless here as we start this second half. The all-white kits going left to right on your screen now. Oxford Wildcats and the all-green kits going right to left. Lake Orion Dragons. This ball will be shot off the woodwork. And the rebound still in, finally cleared away. We'll see Adele go down. And now here comes Mays. I think they got the memo from us, Dan, at halftime. Both teams now, Vargas on that far side.
25 seconds into the second half, Oxford puts one off the frame. Best chance of the match so far from either side, but still unable to convert.
It was hard there from Erskine. Physicality and temperature this game starting to rise only a minute into this second half.
We got a light rainfall there at the end of the first half, and looks like starting to drizzle again here, start of the second half.
So now we see all played out wide to this near side towards Kapler. Hard play is Adele, but then dispossessed, and now here comes Finstrom. That's Mays. Will deflect, making its way to Negri. Mays deflects on its way towards the middle of the pitch, and Kaufman given away. Played up by Adele as that one finds its way to Tish. I think it might be pronounced Peish, but I've been saying Patish all game. I wasn't getting pronunciations. I didn't get a roster this week from Oxford. Look there at head coach Adam Biken for the Wildcats. Has his team 10-3-3 this season, ranked number 2 in the state of Michigan. It could change here after that loss to De La Salle on Monday night, but now Vargas.
I had the pleasure of seeing these two programs play once in a non-media capacity back in 1991. I drove my sister out to the old Pontiac Street Stadium for Oxford. She had a love interest in one of the two teams, and it was a Saturday night contest. And Lake Orion beat Oxford 3-1 back in 1991. Lake Orion had a very good player named Will Bolthy, who went on to star for Oakland University. I believe he was an All-Midwest Division II player. Back then it was the Pioneers.
It's Ryan Clark now on the ball here for the Wildcats. Let's put this in. The 18 is cleared up now towards midfield. The first touch here is for both sides. That might be a foul as Kaufman came in and Kapler went down. Tomorrow night we'll be out at Berkeley High School for an OAA Red matchup as Berkeley welcomes in Troy High. Berkeley, the new number 1 ranked team in the state of Michigan. I did not predict that they would be number 1 when we booked this game, but they are, and that's fantastic.
Great job by the Bears. I believe they graduated 6 starters, but goalkeeper Seth Davisman been one of the best net miners in the entire state this season. 3rd-team All-State last year as a junior, and Berkeley had to replace 3 of their 4 starting backs. And Andre Billos, their starting attacking midfielder, also graduated onto the college ranks.
And continues to come down here in Lake Orion. Now Vargas out wide. That's Jekyll. Jekyll puts this one in towards Mauser, gets a touch on it with the hand. This one cleared up towards midfield, and
Mauser's only had to make 1 save, but he's very active in that box. He comes out and plays a lot of crosses. Snares restarts, very active.
So a ball movement now here from the Dragons. That switch to that far side to Farmer. You can hear Chris Corteg saying very nice.
Both teams are starting to play possession ball here to start the second half.
Back into Vargas and knocked out on that far side.
And that rain is definitely starting to pick up there outside on the pitch.
That's a pouring rain right there. Marthon finds its way over here to Medell. That's dispossessed. Is Kapler now. Oh, that's a tackle right in front of our camera operator and just goes out. Hoffman and me for Peish. Peish. Vargas. Do a give and go, and not much doing there as that was Calvin Mays. A little bit of story of the evening for both these teams, just unable to really kind of pretty consistent possession.
Why? It's unnecessary. Either find Max or just pass it to him. Oh, Lord.
I wonder if Adam Biken's rethinking his shorts. Some people like wearing shorts all the time, man. You know, you see it all the time in the winter. You see someone wearing a hoodie and shorts and Crocs. You're like, oh, well, I can't believe you're wearing shorts. It's minus 10 outside.
Or it'll be like a high school football game in November, like a postseason
Bobbed out,
game.
man. Always,
and
you never had shorts. I always had
couple
shorts.
of coaches out there. It's 38 degrees out, and they got short, skin tight T-shirt on in like khaki shorts.
One put up and over.
November 15th. It's just.
So that was a shot that went up and over, and we're going to see a substitution as Braden Bowlby will come back in. That shot, by the way, was coming from William Jekyll.
First touch. Let's get the first touch on it.
Great view there of that rain coming down.
It's not really detering the fans. Most of the fans have stayed to brave the weather for this rivalry match. We've had the pleasure to do quite a few rivalry matches here in the last couple of months, from amateur teams to into the high school season.
Extracurricular activity there.
Ball on the surface is starting to get wet. We'll see if both teams try to start to test the goalkeepers. Slick surface, slick ball, and try to get a goal. We're at a 0-0 tie with 30-18 left here in the second half. Still not a ton of great chances, although Oxford did hit the woodwork there 25 seconds into the second half.
So foul called again. This time against Tristan Warthon. Good tackle by Vargas. battling these weather conditions right now will be the test for both teams. This is good work as Vidal, and that one put inside, and Peisch was right there as it will go out and be thrown back in here by Maxton Myrand. Where Maxton had an opportunity in that first half where ball came in from Katie and just couldn't connect on it. It's now, this is the 5th corner of the night here for Oxford.
Yeah, 5th of the match. First of the second half, they did have 4 in that first 40 minutes of play. But really unable to even connect off shot off the corner. Lake Orion's be able to quickly clear the ball, so this is what they have here in this opportunity.
Ball comes in, still inside, and cleared off that goal line by Austin Negri. Finds its way out to Cooper Kaufman. Now Vargas will clear this one up over midfield. Little kickball here. Peisch. Over everybody, but right there is Kaufman. Can he get through 2 defenders? He can. Mays switches it to Vargas. Can Vargas keep it on? He can. Now he can't, and just crosses over as Vargas attempted to pick that one up because of the rain. He actually kicked it on accident. Back underway is Bowlby. Good defensive play there from Farmer, and then taken down. Surprised there wasn't a yellow card issued there as Farmer was taken down from behind. Rain continues to fall here in Lake Orion.
Now we're starting to get some chatter boxes from the fan side.
Mays, when they come out, he actually undercuts the goalkeeper and Mauser. And
Talk to each other! Drew! Nolan! Talk!
Dan, I got to feel these next 26 minutes are going to be fun.
A little bit of rain. I think the intensity's starting to pick up for both sides, especially the coaches getting, and the fans are starting to get a little chatty on the far side. You hear the all too original advantage and call it both ways ref. And
call it both ways. Love it. Kaufman and Farmer, good battle on that side. And
for the trillion times a parent is yelled at in high school sports, I don't think it's ever worked.
We'll call it both ways?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If every soccer and basketball game I've ever gone to, if I got a nickel every time I heard that, I'd be a billionaire right now.
Adele, and he'll be dispossessed. And this one over the top, looking for Mays. Mays gets a touch, but that's cleared away defensively by Myron, and that one will go out for a corner. So a good opportunity in that counterattack for the Dragons. Mays did get a touch on it, but Myron was there for the Oxford Wildcats to knock it out for a corner.
First corner kick of the match for Lake Orion.
This ball comes in. Looks as though I think that was Hudson. They got a head on that for the Wildcats. Lena Lozo is right there. Vargas fighting hard. Lawthon. Giving right back to the Wildcats. That's Ryan Clark. Gabbro and Clark has it at his feet. Adele. Somehow this one will go through traffic, and Hayes will watches. Mauser will pick it up.
Rain really starting to fall now. It's definitely picked up.
So Farmer getting tied up and held on to by Peisch. So frustration starting to take hold here. I mean, to be fair, it's probably cold out there. He probably just wanted to warm up a little bit.
It's been a frustrating week for Oxford. I mean, they missed a handful of players in their 3-1 loss Monday against Warren De La Salle. Now they're at a 0-0 deadlock. 23:40 here left in the second half against arch rival Lake Orion, and they're just struggling to find any offensive flow to their game. They've been a high-powered offense all season long, and
I got it.
Still trying to find a way in the rain here to get shots on. Lake Orion does have a backup goalkeeper in there since the 15th minute. Ryan Bunn was inserted into the game. Not a lot of action this season on the varsity level for Bunn, but
settled down by the Dragons.
There's a shot. Diego Medell just over the crossbar off the steal from about 25, 30 yards out. Same old song and dance. Still not on target.
You know, the forecast I don't think it called for a consistent rain tonight. Not that matters. We talked about it in the opener that things in Lake Orion just are different when it comes to weather. It's like a Bermuda Triangle of weather.
It is pure Michigan. You can never predict the weather in the state of Michigan.
Well, especially in Lake Orion, but there's a lot of rain now. It's a lot of rain. I don't remember being that much rain coming through. That's a lot of rain that came out of nowhere. It's raining, that's for sure. That's Warthon, and he'll put one up and over again.
All the way back. All the way.
3 shots in the second half here for Oxford. None of them on target.
Just get it out, please.
Even with the rain and a backup goalkeeper from Lake Orion between the pipes, Oxford is just simply struggling to put shots on frame.
Silva looking for that up to that far side, and Mays gets tied up with Foulby and wins that ball back. Here comes Silva and the Dragons. Looking for Kapler, and good work from Farmer. He's been strong on that right side all night long.
Oxford, too much individual efforts on the outside on the wings, trying to beat 1, 2, 3 defenders, and Lake Orion's defense is not buying it. They have been able to strip plenty of Oxford players here in this match.
He's taken down by Warthon, and you're watching OAA crossover matchup here tonight as the OAA White Lake Orion Dragons taking on the OAA Red Oxford Wildcats. Live on the Michigan Soccer Network, John Turner, Dan Stickred on the call tonight. That's a shot from distance. It goes just wide. Austin Negra firing one off from 30-plus yards out. The sophomore. That's on frame. That might sneak in.
That wasn't very wide right of that goal. He uncorked one from close to 30 yards out, and just bent a little bit outside the box, outside of the goalpost. The right idea for the Dragons. Not a lot of chances at all in this game, so they're trying to make something happen. If that means trying to score a goal from distance.
Doesn't matter how it goes in, it's just going to cross the line.
Yep, when it's pouring rain out and you're not having a lot of chances, you don't talk about a thing of beauty. You just talk about a chance to put one in the back of the net. Down to 19:31. We're still at that 0-0 stalemate, Lake Orion, Oxford. M24 rivals, less than 5 miles apart.
Settled down by Linaloza, and he's held up.
Fouls starting to mount on the Wildcats. They're just still, they're playing frustrated, and you can see in their style of play. They have been out of sync since the get-go.
Dennis!
Hey, get Farmer on this. Farmer, come take it. Matt, Matt, shift over.
Shift over.
So Farm will put this one back in for the Dragons. Maybe for a long throw and didn't quite get to the 18. Arthun will try to thread the needle, and that's intercepted. Yeah, it's just been sloppy all night. And really, there hasn't. I mean, there've been plenty of mistakes and miscues here for both these teams, but none of them have turned into opportunity that's really been an opportunity to convert a goal. We've seen some shots from distance. Nothing really testing or challenging the goalkeepers or these back lines.
Now you got 1v1.
Kaufman lays it inside for Myron. Myron, oh, that one right towards the far post, but saved by Ryan Bunn. That one was earmarked for the upper 90. Ryan Bunn slides over, makes the grab. And we're still scoreless here with 17 minutes to go.
Great slot by Cooper Kaufman in the middle. Max Myron wide open, left-footed bender towards the upper 90, but Ryan Bunn said no, He keeps this game at a 0-0 draw. And time is starting to tick, down to 17:39 in this match.
The rain continues to fall here. Ball makes its way top of the 18. That's Verlinden from distance. It is a touch! It is in, but the flag is up! The excitement is there, but it does not count. I told you these last 27 minutes, Dan, we're going to be a little crazy.
Great effort off the counterattack by Lake Orion, just a little overzealous. One of their players just about a foot off sides, and goal call back.
Given away to Bowlby. I don't even went out, but they're saying it did. So we're just tuning in. 0-0 here from Dragon Stadium. Running by Myron. All back in, and it's Worthon. Giving back again to Myron. See Silva looking to chase this one down. Actually hits off Silva. She's held up a little bit. I mean, hey, when you're the second-ranked team in the state, you're going to have a target on your back. Lake Orion here showing some fight here in these last 20 minutes. They want to get one by. They have signs of life. And look at this ball. That's into Heitenen. He'll cut it back and take a shot low, and Mauser will make the save. Wildcats. Now that's a shot from distance right at Bunn. Those in-betweeners can be difficult, but he ends up still making the save. So now we have a player down. Clock will come to a stop.
Great effort on both sides to finally get, attempt some shots from distance. Unfortunate for the Dragons having their goal called back via offsides. 16-13 left in the match. Oxford is the second-ranked team in Division I, but they have not played like that this week.
Come on, shoot, boys, come on.
So 13:28 to go. We work on that far side. Farmer and Finstrom, and Finstrom now clears this one up. Rain just continues to fall. That's Kaufman. He'll take a shot! 1-0!
Great individual effort by Cooper Kaufman. Picks up a pass about 40 yards out, beats two defenders. Uncorks a shot from 25 yards out to finds the back of the net. Finally, we have broken the stalemate. Oxford's up 1-0 over Lake Orion.
Let's go, boys, come on!
Apologize, we had the replay not set up there, but here's another look at it now. This one just goes past.
Hopefully about 22, 23 yards out.
Let's go, boys, come
Ryan
on!
Bunn.
Cool in the head!
I would say a shock dam, but I would say more shocking than anything else because we saw some of that pressure from Lake Orion here the last couple minutes.
Maybe that goal that was called back against Lake Orion kind of ignited a little bit of fire in Oxford.
It's very possible.
They just seemed out of rhythm most of this contest, resulting more to direct ball and kick ball and less possession. Players are definitely not on the same page, turning the ball over, too much individual efforts in terms of dribbling for way too long.
That's Ryan Clark now. Good work from Belina Loza. These two teams met back here on August the 18th. Oxford came in with a 2-1 win, even though it was in the Petoskey tournament. They won by a one-goal margin. Same thing happening here right now.
Tristan, go ahead. No swing. That's fine. Come on, Tristan.
Come on, Keith!
Oh, fine. Keep it over there. Super, stay home. Super, stay home.
Foul called on that, throwing on the far side. Apology. Ball put back in towards the box, and
Good try, Fitchum. Good try.
coming up here for Oxford. They're at Rochester here on the 28th, so they're at Rochester tomorrow night. It's an OA Red matchup. We'll see Bowlby, and that one's away by Lena Loza. They're at Troy Athens next week. We'll be actually at that game next Tuesday night out of Troy Athens High School. Their OA, that's how they're going to finish up their OAA Red season. And then coming up on Friday, Lake Orion will be back home here against Romeo. And then on next Tuesday, they take on Farmington in an OAA white matchup. And out at Rochester on Thursday, and they're at De La Salle on the 9th.
Let's go, boys!
9:36 to play. If you're just joining us, a goal coming here in with 13 minutes to go in the 68th minute from Cooper Kaufman. If giving Oxford and the Wildcats a 1-0 lead here from Dragon Stadium in Lake Orion, this one will be cleared up, and I think I actually hit off the top of the press box up here. I think I heard it and I kind of felt it a little bit.
So Oxford's next game is OA Red match against Rochester. Rochester is the youngest team in the OA, but starting to play better soccer. They've won 3 of their last 4 matches, 2 pair of non-conference wins this week.
Hey, it's a 3-back now, boys. 3.
They would love nothing more than knock off a ranked team. They've been close. They tied Berkeley and Royal Oak this season. Lost to Rochester Athens 1-0. Lost to Troy Athens 1-0 when Athens was ranked.
Billy, Roden's out. There's just you 3.
Adele looking to play one up here towards Warthon, and
That rain is lighting up a little bit. It's more of a steady drizzle than a pouring rain.
We're good. We're good.
Down to just under 8 minutes. Oxford took that 1-0 lead with 12:49 here to play. Great shot from 22 yards out by Cooper Kaufman. It's only goal of the match. They're up at 1-0 here over Lake Orion.
dispossess. Vargas is now Kaufman. He'll take a shot from distance, and that one goes wide. Kaufman looking to challenge Bunn from about 40 yards out. Don't mind the shot.
Well, Oxford's had a 13-4 shots edge in this game. One goal to show.
This one deflected is now Bunn will come over.
Keep coming, Brayden. Come on, T.
Ball in. Oh, Bowser makes the grab in traffic.
Right front of Matthias. Inside, Paul Cooper's back. Not behind you, Deke. Not behind you. That's fine. Fine. Kirsten, keep it over here. Keep it over.
Another one direct ball. That was right past Mays.
5:49 left, but Lake Orion definitely has not given up. Still looking for that counterattack. Now they have to find a way to convert on one of those counters. As they trail the Wildcats 1-0 here late.
Noah's Lindstrom goes down.
Oxford still frustrated at times. They've been whistled 8 times for fouls.
Come on, Will! Get over here.
Lake Orion's back four has done an admirable job here this whole game. Just gave up the 1 goal here. Just under 13 to go.
Hoffman, that one-on-one battle. One cleared up towards the top of the 18. So under 5 to go. 1-0 here in favor of Oxford. Look on and see all the parents with umbrellas. They came prepared. Vargas, well, they're going to say it. Last touch off of Oxford. So the rain was letting up, Dan. I don't believe you.
Yeah, I think that was a momentary lapse there. It's right back to a downpour.
Act as a defender, one.
Martha now. Good work by Farmer. All over the top. You can hear Bond calling for as he rolls it out to Farmer. Time running out here for the Dragons. All over the top, Mauser. Oh, giving it right back to the Wildcats. A swing and a miss is Kaufman. Oh, gets by. Keeps fighting hard. That's Lena Loza. Lena Loza, good work. Puts us up towards midfield. Actually skips through to Vargas. Vargas looking into Mays. Can Mays get there? No, he can't, and that one cleared out. Not out of danger quite yet. Bowlby right there for the Wildcats. Knocking one up towards Worthen, and once again he'll roll it out.
Come on, T! 2 minutes, T! Come on! 2 versus you! Don't tell me, don't tell me! You got 2 minutes to work, bud.
2 minutes to go. Did he stop the clock? He did. So, equipment malfunction requiring tying of the shoes.
Stop play for one player also, and you saw about 10 players combined from the 2 teams tying their shoelaces.
I mean, compared to last week where we had the referee stop the clock for everything. I mean, everything.
I think he was calling fouls on the mosquitoes and the flying ants. It was a bizarre game. We're down at Ann Arbor Huron Saline last week, and there were so many times where they stopped play, and no one had any idea what they were stopping the play for except the center ref.
Worthon will take it to the corner flag, and they're going out for a goal kick.
We're down to a buck 30 in the match. Oxford clinging that 1-0 lead.
Let's go, White!
Last chance for Lake Orion to get the ball down and try to net an equalizer here.
So 1 minute to go is it's a good tackle. The Wildcats right in possession. All right, Clark actually knocks this one out. They'll call him for the foul. With 30 seconds to go.
Oxford's going to find a way to stall out these final seconds.
They'll just clear it over the other side and make its way. Medetto. Tied up.
7, 6, 5.
This game is going to end here in favor of the Wildcats. A 1-0 victory here on this Tuesday night. Sorry, Wednesday night. I keep saying Tuesday. I'm so used to it being Tuesday. It's Wednesday night. But nonetheless, they come away with that 1-0 victory off a 67th minute goal from Cooper Kaufman, and that's all she wrote, Dan.
Yeah, it was a great effort by Kaufman. They left him open in the center of the park with 12:49 left. Took a couple touches. Unleashed a fury into the corner of the net, the game's only goal. Oxford, which suffered a non-conference loss early in the week to Warren De La Salle, avoided danger once again. 1-0 victors over rival Lake Orion to move to 14-3-3 on this season.
No question about that. I want to thank all of our production team here. Ryan on camera, Dan, my broadcast partner and analyst here for today's game. My name's Jonathan Turner. We want to thank you for tuning in here and joining us on this Wednesday evening, the last Wednesday of September. Next week, we'll be back out here, not out here, but on Wednesday, we'll be at the Catholic League Finals, a week from today, the Bishop and Cardinal Championship games. But tomorrow night we'll be out of at Berkeley as they welcome in Troy High in an OA Red matchup. And then on Friday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, we'll be covering a game from St. Louis as the 2010 Nationals Blue taking on, I believe it's Gentra, in a regional ECNL matchup. And then Sunday, the high school ranking show, Dan. Back at it on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then, next week, Tuesday at Athens. So busy week ahead for us. But we're excited to bring it to you. So for one final time here on this Wednesday evening, the number 2 ranked Oxford High School Wildcats with a 1-0 victory over the Lake Orion Dragons. It's a final look at the excitement here from Lake Orion High School. I want to thank you all once again. Hit that subscribe button, like us, share us with your friends and family, and we'll see you next time for more soccer.